I've been walking through the noise, chasing every echoed voice, every answer fading like the dawn. I was reaching for the sky with 1,000 reasons why, but my heart was still so far from home. Every road I tried to pave only led me to the same old place, where my questions fill the air like rain. So I fell down to my knees, whispered through the quiet breeze, are you there? Will you explain? If you're the Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end, then you see the doubts inside me and the places I won't bend. So I'm coming to you, God, with my questions, not afraid of what the answers might be. Open up my heart like the heavens, let your word come alive in me. I don't want religion without reason. I don't want a truth I can't see. If you're the way, the truth, the life, then teach me how to listen. Teach me how to believe.
Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God.
Speak and I will follow. Lead me into truth tonight.
Good morning, Faith. God bless you. Yeah, you better go brush those teeth before you go to the dentist. You don't want to go there with bad breath. Okay. Yesterday I got about halfway through Joshua. Today I'm going to do my best, Lord willing, as long as nothing happened, to finish the rest. And then I'm going to get into Judges. And yeah, I saw. That's what I'm saying. You brush your teeth before you go. Do them a favor. Pop a breath mint or something when you go in. Or just eat a bunch of Oreos and go in there like that without brushing your teeth. Oh, no sound? I should be working. Why do I not have sound? Oh. I didn't think I was. Am I still muted? Seems fine here. It looks like it's sending it out. Let me check it on YouTube. Let me go check. Do I not have any sound? Yeah, it's coming through. Do I not have any sound? Okay. Good morning, Jaycon. How you doing this morning, brother? Good to see you. God bless you. I'm glad you're here. I hope the day is starting off right for you. I'm going to assume you're in some of this nasty weather that everybody's having. But good morning, Grizz. Good to see you, brother. God bless you, man. Always makes me happy to see you guys pop in. Lets me know I'm not alone in this, which I appreciate. But I was saying earlier, I'm going to finish up Joshua today, and then get into Judges. For any of you that didn't see the live stream that I did with the scripture plug Albert, getting into Judges with him explaining some things. I've been told many times there's some pretty dark stuff in there, and we covered dark stuff. And from what he said, we didn't even get to the worst of it. Rough weekend? That sucks. Hopefully it was just a hard weekend, not a bad weekend. But yeah, we were going to try to get together on the rest of it, but I got to keep this train rolling, man. So tomorrow I'm going to be getting into Judges. Oh, right on. Right on. I'll tell you what, we're getting into some interesting stuff that I didn't really know about. It's put so many questions in my head. So it's going to be interesting going through it again, because I know as soon as I finish the Old Testament, I need to go through do more of a Bible study run through of the New Testament and then back through the Old Testament. Once I finish that, I'll probably read it all again. So, but for now, I'm going to get into Joshua and see what happens here. The allotment for Judah. The allotment for the tribe of the people of Judah, according to their clans, reached southward to the boundary of Edom. Oh, and I did just repost the video of that live stream that I did with Albert for anyone that didn't see it. And apparently that's how I'm going to be spending a lot of my free time over the next few days, because the YouTube gurus say that you should repost your live streams as regular videos so people can see them. So I got a lot of work to do. I have like 64 live stream videos reading the gospel to edit. That should be fun. All right, back to it. And their south boundary ran from the end of the Salt Sea, from the bay that faces southward. And it goes out southward of the ascent of Akrabim, passes along Zin, and goes up south of Kadesh Barnea, along by Hezron, up to Adar. Turns about to Karka, passes along to Asman, goes out by the brook of Egypt, and comes to its end at the sea. Where did I just stop? Oh, this shall be your south boundary. And the east boundary is the Salt Sea, to the mouth of the Jordan. And the boundary on the north side runs from the bay of the sea at the mouth of the Jordan. Oh, make sure that's not the missus. Turn my sound off on my phone. And the boundary goes up to Beth Hagla and passes along north of Beth Araba. And the boundary goes up to the stone of Boham, the son of Reuben. And the boundary goes up to Debir from the valley of Akor, and so northward, turning toward Gilgal, which is opposite the ascent of Adamim, which is on the south of the valley. And the border passes along the waters of En Shemesh, and ends at En Rogel. Then the boundary goes up by the valley of the sons of Hinnom, the southern shoulder of the Jebusite, that is Jerusalem. And the boundary goes up to the top of the mountain that lies over the valley of Hinnom on the west, at the northern end of the valley of Rephaim. Then the boundary extends from the top of the mountain of the spring to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah, and from there to the cities of Mount Ephron. Then the boundary bends around to Baalah, that is Kiriath Jearim, and the boundary circles west of Baalah to Mount Seir, passes along to the northern shoulder of Mount Jearim, that is Chesalon, and goes down to Beth Shemesh and passes along by Timnah. The boundary goes out to the shoulder of the hill of north of Ekron. Then the boundary bends around to Shikharon and passes along to Mount Baalah and goes out to Jabneel. Then the boundary comes to an end at the sea. And the west boundary was the great sea with its coastline. This is the boundary around the people of Judah, according to their clans. I can't help but see that on a map as like Canadian, eh? According to the commandment of the Lord to Joshua, he gave to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, a portion among the people of Judah. Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron. Arba was the father of Anak. And Caleb drove out from there the three sons of Anak, Sheshai and Ahiman and Talmai, the descendants of Anak. And he went up from there against the inhabitants of Debir. Now the names of Debir formerly was Kiriath Sepher. And Caleb said, whoever strikes Kiriath Sepher and captures it, to him will I give Ashah, my daughter, as wife. And Othniel, the son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, captured it. And he gave him Ashah, his daughter, as a wife. When she came to him, she urged him to ask her father for a field. And she got off her donkey, and Caleb said to her, what do you want? She said to him, give me a blessing, since you have given me the land of Negeb. Give me also springs for water. And he gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Judah, according to their clans, the cities belonging to the tribe of the people of Judah in the extreme south, toward the boundary of Edom, were Kabzeel, Eder, Jagur, Kenah, Demona, Adada, that's what it is, Adada, Kadesh, Hazor, Ithnan, Ziph, Telem, Beloth, Hazor, Hadattah, Kiriath Hezron, that is Hazor, Amam, Shema, Moladah, Hazar Gadah, Heshmon, Bethpelet, Hazar Shual, Beersheba, Biziothea, Bala, Ayim, Ezem, Eltolad, Chesel, Hormah, Ziklag, Madmana, Sansana, Laboath, Shilhim, Ain, and Rimmon, in all 29 cities with their villages. And in the lowland, Eshtal, Zorah, Ashna, Zanoah, En-Ganim, Tapua, Enam, Jarmuth, Adullam, Sokal, Azekah, Sharaim, Adathaim, Gedera, Gederothaim, 14 cities with their villages. I'm telling you what, Chris, I'm getting worked. I'm getting worked here. I probably got like half of those right, maybe. Oh no. There's more. Zenon, Hadashah, Migdal-Gad, Dilian, Mizpah, Joktheel, Lachish, Boskath, Eglon, Kaban, Lamam, Chitlish, Gederoth, Beth Dagon, Namah. I feel like I'm doing some sort of weird chant. Makkedah, 16 cities with their villages. Libnah, Ether, Ashan, Iftah, Ashna, Nezib, Keilah, Azib, and Mareshah, 9 cities with their villages. Ekron with its towns and villages, from Ekron to the sea, all that were by the side of Ashdod with their villages. Ashdod, its towns and its villages. Gaza, its town and its villages, to the brook of Egypt and the great sea with its coastline. And in the hill country, Shamir, Jatir, Sokoth, Danah, Kiriath Sanah, that is Debir, Anab, Eshtemo, Anim, Goshen, Holon, and Gilo, 11 cities with their villages. Arab, Dumah, Ishan, Janim, Beth Tapua, Aphekah, Humtah, Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, and Zior, 9 cities with their villages. Maon, Carmel, Ziph, Juttah, Jezreel, Jokdeam, Zanoah, Cain, Gibeah, and Timnah, 10 cities with their villages. Halhul, Bethzer, Geter, Marath, Bethanoth, and Eltekon, 6 cities with their villages. Kiriath Baal, that is, Kiriath Jearim, and Rabath, 2 cities with their villages. In the wilderness, Beth Araba, Midden, Sekakah, Nibshin, the city of Salt, and En-gedi, 6 cities with their villages. But the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the people of Judah could not drive out. So the Jebusites dwell with the people of Judah at Jerusalem to this day. God said, drive everybody out. Oh no. The allotment. This is my least favorite book. I'm kind of with you on there. It started out with fireworks, man, and now we're getting into specifics. Like I said, it would be cool, and I may do this just as a project. I may try to find a big map and trace all of this stuff. I'm sure somebody has done that. I'll see if I can find it, just so we can get a visual on what it's talking about, because it's a whirlwind, man, and I have no idea. I just can't visualize it. I can't picture it. The allotment of the people of Joseph went from the Jordan by Jericho, east of the waters of Jericho, into the wilderness. All the names have meanings, and you are speaking into the spiritual realm. It requires an open heart to receive what the Spirit is saying. The Lord our God, with all my heart, soul, and strength. You know, Jaycon, I pray, part of my prayer before I read every time, I pray to understand. I pray for God to write his message on my heart and on my mind so I understand what I'm reading. I pray for anyone that is listening to my voice to understand the words. And I also add, help me read the names and the places correctly, because I have a hard time. Okay. Then going from Bethel to Luz, it passes along to Ataroth, the territory of the Arkites. Then it goes down westward to the territory of the Japhletites, as far as the territory of lower Beth Horon, then to Gezer, and it ends at the sea. I said I'll read it, but that's about it. He'll have to bring the meaning. Well, yeah, I mean, we pray he gives us understanding, that he helps us see the importance. To the people of Joseph, Manasseh and Ephraim received their inheritance. The people of Joseph, Manasseh and Ephraim received their inheritance. The territory of the people of Ephraim by their clans was as follows. The boundary of their inheritance on the east was Ataroth Adar, as far as upper Beth Horon, and the boundary goes from there to the sea. On the north of Mishmethath, then on the east, the boundary turns around to Tanath Shiloh and passes along beyond it on the east to Genoa. Then it goes down from Genoa to Ataroth and to Nara and touches Jericho, ending at the Jordan. From Tapua, the boundary goes westward to the brook Kanah and ends at the sea. Such is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Ephraim by their clans, together with the towns that were set apart from the people of Ephraim within the inheritance of the Manassites. All those towns with their villages. However, they did not drive out the Canaanites who lived in Gezer. So the Canaanites have lived in the midst of Ephraim to this day, but have been made to do forced labor. Then allotment was made to the people of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph. To Machir, the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, were allotted Gilead and Bashan, because he was a man of war. And allotments were made to the rest of the people of Manasseh by their clans. Abiezer, Helek, Azriel, Shechem, Hefer, and Shemitah, These were the male descendants of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, by their clans. Now Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, son of Gilead, son of Mashir, son of Manasseh, had no sons, but only daughters. And these are the names of his daughters: Mahlah, Noah, Hagla, Milcah, and Tirzah. They approached Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the leaders and said, "The Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance along with our brothers." So according to the mouth of the Lord, he gave them an inheritance among the brothers of their father. Thus there fell to Manasseh 10 portions, besides the land of Gilead and Bashan, which is on the other side of the Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh received an inheritance along with his sons. The land of Gilead was allotted to the rest of the people of Manasseh. The territory of Manasseh reached from Asher to Mithmethath, which is east of Shechem. Then the boundary goes along southward to the inhabitants of En-Tappuah. The land of Tappuah belonged to Manasseh, but the town of Tappuah on the boundary of Manasseh belonged to the people of Ephraim. Then the boundary went down to the brook Kanah. These cities to the south of the brook, among the cities of Manasseh, belonged to Ephraim. Then the boundary of Manasseh goes on the north side of the brook and ends at the sea. The land to the south being Ephraim's, and that to the north being Manasseh's, with the sea forming its boundary. On the north, Asher is reached, and on the east, Issachar. Also in Issachar and in Asher, Manasseh has Bethshean and its villages, and Ibleam and its villages, and the inhabitants of Dor and its villages, and the inhabitants of En-Dor and its villages, and the inhabitants of Tanakh and its villages, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and its villages. The third is Nephath. Yet the people of Manasseh could not take possession of those cities, but the Canaanites persisted in dwelling in that land. Now when the people of Israel grew strong, they put the Canaanites to forced labor, but did not utterly drive them out. Then the people of Joseph spoke to Joshua, saying, "Why have you given me but one lot, and one portion as an inheritance, although I am a numerous people, since all along the Lord has blessed me?" And Joshua said to them, "If you are a numerous people, go up by yourselves to the forest, and there clear ground for yourselves in the land of the Perizzites and the Rephaim, since the hill country of Ephraim is too narrow for you." The people of Joseph said, "The hill country is not enough for us, yet all the Canaanites who dwell in the plain have chariots of iron, but those in Bethshean and its villages, and those in the valley of Jezreel." Then Joshua said to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh, "You are a numerous people and have great power. You shall not have one allotment only, but the hill country shall be yours. For though it is a forest, you shall clear it and possess it to its farthest borders. For you shall drive out the Canaanites, though they have chariots of iron, and though they are strong." Okay. Then the whole congregation of the people of Israel assembled at Shiloh and set up the tent of meeting there. The land lay subdued before them. There remained among the people of Israel 7 tribes whose inheritance had not yet been apportioned. So Joshua said to the people of Israel, "How long will you put off going in to take possession of the land, which the Lord, the God of your fathers, has given you? Provide 3 men from each tribe, and I will send them out, that they may set out and go up and down the land. They shall write a description of it, with a view to their inheritances, and then come to me. They shall divide into it 7 portions. Judah shall continue in his territory on the south, and the house of Joseph shall continue in their territory on the north. And you shall describe the land in 7 divisions and bring the description here to me. And I will cast lots for you here before the Lord our God. The Levites have no portion among you, for the priesthood of the Lord is their heritage. And Gad and Reuben and the half tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance beyond the Jordan eastward. which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave them. So the men arose and went, and Joshua charged those who went to write the descriptions of the land, saying, Go up and down in the land and write a description, and return to me, and I will cast lots for you here before the Lord in Shiloh. So the men went and passed up and down in the land and wrote in a book a description of it by towns in 7 divisions. Then they came to Joshua to the camp at Shiloh, and Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord. And there Joshua apportioned the land to the people of Israel, to each his portion. You know, I'm not sure what casting lots is. I should probably know that. Honestly, I always think of it as like throwing dice. I should probably look that up. The lot of the tribe of the people of Benjamin, according to its clans, came up, and the territory allotted to it fell between the people of Judah. Good morning, Kenesha. Watching you on my TV because I'm in bed, so I won't be commenting, but I'm here. I am glad you're here. I hope you are resting and relaxing. I can only imagine how scary my face looks on a TV, but that is your cross to bear, I guess. It's been my cross to bear all my life. Okay. On the north side of their boundary began at the Jordan. Then the boundary goes up to the shoulder north of Jericho, then up through the hill country westward, and it ends at the wilderness of Beth Aven. From there, the boundary passes along in the direction of Luz, to the shoulder of Luz, that is, Bethel. Then the boundary goes down to Atath Adar, on the mountain that lies south of lower Beth Horon. Then the boundary goes in another direction, turning on the westward side southward from the mountain that lies to the south, opposite Beth Horon, and it ends at Kiriath Baal, that is, Kiriath Jearim, a city belonging to the people of Judah. This forms the western side, and the southern side begins at the outskirts of Kiriath Jearim, and the boundary goes from there to Ephron, to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah. Then the boundary goes down to the border of the mountain that overlooks the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is at the north end of the valley of Rephaim. Sorry. All right, Faith, thank you for being here. I would say enjoy your dentist appointment, but I'm not sure anyone ever enjoys a dentist appointment. But you might be the first. And then it goes down to the valley of Hinnom, south of the shoulder of the Jebusites, and downward to Enrogel. Then it bends in a northerly direction, going on to En Shemesh, and from there goes to Geliloth, which is opposite the ascent of Adamim. Then it goes down to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben, and passing on to the north of the shoulder of Betharaba, it goes down to the Araba. Then the boundary passes on to the north of the shoulder of Beth Hagla, and the boundary ends at the northern bay of the Salt Sea, at the south end of the Jordan, and this is the southern border. The Jordan forms its boundary on the eastern side. This is the inheritance of the people of Benjamin, according to their clans, boundary by boundary all around. Excuse me. Hold on, I can help with that. Kenesha, Grizz says, "Hey, Teach." I keep forgetting I can do that. Not quite leaving just yet to postpone it. Maybe I can be late. Don't be late to the dentist. It might make them mad and they'll jab you in the gums. All right, where was I? Now the cities of the tribe of the people of Benjamin, according to their clans, were Jericho, Beth Hagla, Emek Kaziz, Beth Araba, Zemaraim, Bethel, Avim, Parah, Ophrah, not Oprah, Ophrah, Sephar, Ammoni, Ophni, Geba, 12 cities with their villages, Gibeon, Ramah, Beeroth, Mizpah, Shethphera, Moza, Rakim, Erpeel, Terelah, Zelah, Haleph, Jebus, that is Jerusalem, Gibeah, and Kiriath Jearim, 14 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the people of Benjamin according to its clans. The second lot came out for Simeon, for the tribe of the people of Simeon, according to their clans, and their inheritance was in the midst of the inheritance of the people of Judah. And they had for the inheritance Beersheba, Sheba, Moladah, Hazar-Shual, Balah, Azem, Eltolad, Bethel, Hormah, Ziklag, Beth Markaboth, Hazar-Susa, Beth Leboath, and Sharuhin. 13 cities with their villages, Ain, Ramon, Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities with their villages, together with all the villages around these cities as far as Balath-beer, Ramah of the Negeb. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Simeon, according to their clans. The inheritance of the people of Simeon formed part of the territory of the people of Judah, because the portion of the people of Judah was too large for them. The people of Simeon obtained an inheritance in the midst of their inheritance. The inheritance for Zebulun. The third lot came up for the people of Zebulun, according to their clans, and the territory of their inheritance reached as far as Sarid. Then their boundary goes up westward, and on to Mariel, and touches the Dabasheth, then the brook that is east of Jachnim. From Sarid it goes in the other direction eastward, toward the sunrise, to the boundary of Chisloth-Tabor. From there it goes to Daberath, then up to Japhia. From there it passes along the east towards the sunrise to Gath-Hefer and Eth-Kazin, and going on to Rimmon, it bends towards Neah. Then on the north boundary turns about to Hanathon, and it ends at the valley of Iftahel. And Katath, Nahala, Shimron, Idalah, and Bethlehem, 12 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the people of Zebulun, according to their clans, these cities with their villages. The inheritance for Issachar. The fourth lot came out for Issachar, for the people of Issachar, according to their clans. Their territory included Jezreel, Chesulloth, Shunem, Hapharaim, Shion, Anahareth, Rabbith, Kishion, Ebez, Rameth, En-Ganim, En-Haddah, Beth-Pazez. The boundary also touches Tabor, Shahazumah, and Beth-Shemesh, and its boundary ends at the Jordan. 16 cities within their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Issachar, according to their clans, the cities with their villages. The fifth lot came out for the tribe of the people of Asher, according to their clans. Their territory included Helkath, Hali, Beton, Ashaph, Alamelech, Amad, and Mishal. On the west it touches Carmel and Shehor-Libnath. Then it turns eastward, and it goes to Beth Dagon, and touches Zebulun and the valley of Iftahel, northward to Beth-Emek and Nael. Then it continues to the north to Kabul, Ebron, Rehob, Haman, Kanah, and as far as Sidon the Great. Then the boundary turns to Ramah, reaching to the fortified city of Tyre. Then the boundary turns to Huzah, and it ends at the sea. Mahalab, Ashzib, Umah, Aphek, and Rehob. 22 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Asher, according to their clans, these cities with their villages. The sixth lot came out for the people of Naphtali, according to their clans. And their boundary ran from Heleph, from the oak in Zananim, and Adami Nekeb, and Jabneel, as far as Lacham, and it ended at the Jordan. Then the boundary turns westward to Aznot Tabor, and goes from there to Hukok, touching Zebulun at the south, and Asher on the west, and Judah on the east at the Jordan. The fortified cities are Ziddim, Zur, Hamath, Rakath, Shinnereth, Adamah, Ramah, Hazor, Kadesh, Edrei, En-Hazor, Euron, Migdal-El, Horem, Beth-Anath, and Beth-Shemesh, 19 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Naphtali, according to their clans, the cities with their villages. It's dry in here. The seventh lot came out for the tribe of the people of Dan, according to their clans, and the territory of its inheritance included Zerah, Eshtaol, Ir-Shemesh, Shalabim, Aijalon, Ithlah, Elon, Timnah, Ekra, Eltekeh, Gibbethon, Balath, Jehud, Bnei Barak, Gath-Rimmon, and Me-Jarkon, and Rakan, with the territory over against Joppa. When the territory of the people of Dan was lost to them, the people of Dan went up and fought against Lashem, and after capturing it and striking it with the sword, they took possession of it and settled in it, calling Lashem Dan, after the name of Dan their ancestor. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Dan, according to their clans, these cities with their villages. When they had finished distributing the several territories of the land as inheritances, the people of Israel gave an inheritance among them to Joshua the son of Nun. By command of the Lord, they gave him the city that he asked, Timnath-Serah, in the hill country of Ephraim, and he rebuilt the city and settled in it. These are the inheritances that Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the people of Israel distributed by lot at Shiloh before the Lord, at the entrance of the tent of meeting. So they finished dividing the land. Okay, the cities of refuge. It's brought these up quite a few times, these cities of refuge. Let me turn this off. There we go. Then the Lord said to Joshua, oh, that's on the wrong page. There we go. Then the Lord said to Joshua, say to the people of Israel, appoint the cities of refuge of which I spoke to you through Moses, that the manslayer who strikes any person without intent or unknowingly may flee there. They shall be for you a refuge from the avenger of blood. He shall flee to one of these cities, and shall stand at the entrance of the gate of the city and explain his case to the elders of that city. Then they shall take him into the city and give him a place, and he shall remain with them. And if the avenger of blood pursues him, they shall not give up the manslayer into his hand, because he struck his neighbor unknowingly and did not hate him in the past. And he shall remain in that city until he has stood before the congregation for judgment, until the death of him who is high priest at the time. Then the manslayer may return to his own town and his own home, to the town from which he fled. So they set apart Kadesh in Galilee, in the hill country of Naphtali, and Shechem in the hill country of Ephraim, in Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, in the hill country of Judah. And beyond the Jordan, east of Jericho, they appointed Bezer in the wilderness on the tableland, from the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth in Gilead, from the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan from the tribe of Manasseh. These were the cities designated for all the people of Israel and for the stranger sojourning among them, that anyone who killed a person without intent could flee there, so that he might not die by the hand of the avenger of blood. I need judges for dummies. This is Joshua. We haven't got to Judges yet. That is next. So he might not die by the hand of the avenger of blood till he stood before the congregation. Then the heads of the fathers' houses of the Levites came to Eleazar the priest, and to Joshua the son of Nun, and to the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the people of Israel. That's what I meant. I meant that book. No, I gotcha. It's because I was talking about Judges when I started the stream. Okay. And they said to them at Shiloh in the land of Canaan, the Lord commanded through Moses that we be given cities to dwell in, along with their pasture lands for our livestock. So, by command of the Lord, the people of Israel gave to the Levites the following cities and pasture lands out of their inheritance. The lot came out for the clans of the Kohathites. So those Levites who were descendants of Aaron the priest received by lot from the tribes of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin 13 cities. And the rest of the Kohathites received by lot from the clans of the tribe of Ephraim. From the tribe of Dan and the half-tribe of Manasseh, 10 cities. The Gershonites received by lot from the clans of the tribe of Issachar, from the tribe of Asher, from the tribe of Naphtali, and from the half-tribe of Manasseh in Bashan, 13 cities. The Merarites, according to their clans, received from the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of Gad, and the tribe of Zebulun, 12 cities. These cities had their pasture lands, and their pasture lands the people of Israel gave by lot to the Levites, as the Lord commanded through Moses. Out of the tribe of the people of Judah and the tribe of the people of Simeon, they gave the following cities mentioned by name, which went to the descendants of Aaron, one of the first clans of the Kohathites, who belonged to the people of Levi, since the lot fell to them first. They gave them Kiriath Arba, Arba being the father of Anak, that is Hebron, in the hill country of Judah, along with the pasture lands around it. But the fields of the city and its villages had been given to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, as his possession. And to the descendants of Aaron, the priest, they gave Hebron, the city of refuge for the manslayer, with its pasture lands, Libnah with its pasture lands, Jattir with its pasture lands, Eshtemoa with its pasture lands, Holon with its pasture lands, Debir with its pasture lands, Ain with its pasture lands, Jatah with its pasture lands, Beth Shemesh with its pasture lands. 9 cities out of these 2 tribes. Then out of the tribe of Benjamin, Gibeon with its pasture lands, Geba with its pasture lands, Anathoth with its pasture lands, and Almon with its pasture lands, 4 cities. The cities of the descendants of Aaron, the priests, were in all 13 cities with their pasture lands. As to the rest of the Kohathites, belonging to the Kohathite clans of the Levites, the cities allotted to them were out of the tribe of Ephraim. To them were given Shechem, the city of refuge for the manslayer, with its pasture lands in the hill country of Ephraim, Gezer with its pasture lands, Kibzaim with its pasture lands, Beth Horon with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Dan, Eltekeh with its pasture lands, Gibbethon with its pasture lands, Aijalon with its pasture lands, Gath Rimmon with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Tanakh with its pasture lands, and Gath Rimmon with its pasture lands, 2 cities. The cities of the clans of the rest of the Kohathites were 10 in all, with their pasture lands. Okay. And to the Gershonites, one of the clans of the Levites, were given out of the half tribe of Manasseh, Golan in Bashan with its pasture lands, the city of refuge for the manslayer, and Besh Terah with its pasture lands, 2 cities. And out of the tribe of Issachar, Kishion with its pasture lands, Daberath with its pasture lands, Jarmuth with its pasture lands, En-Ganim with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Asher, good morning, Stevie. Good to see you, brother. I'm glad you're here. Mishal with its pasture lands, Abdon with its pasture lands, Helkath with its pasture lands, and Rehob with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Naphtali, Kadesh in Galilee with its pasture lands, the city of refuge for the manslayer, Hamath Dor with its pasture lands, and Kartan with its pasture lands, 3 cities. The cities of the several clans of the Gershonites were in all 13 cities with their pasture lands. And to the rest of the Levites, Merarite clans were given out of the tribe of Zebulun, Jokneam with its pasture lands, Kartath with its pasture lands, Dimnah with its pasture lands, Nahala with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Reuben, Bezer with its pasture lands, Jahaz with its pasture lands, Katamoth with its pasture lands, and Mephath with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Gad, Ramoth in Gilead with its pasture lands, the city of refuge for the manslayer, Mahanaim with its pasture lands, Heshbon with its pasture lands, Jazer with its pasture lands, 4 cities in all. As for the cities of the several Merarite clans, that is, the remainder of the clans of the Levites, those allotted to them in all were 12 cities. The cities of the Levites in the midst of the possession of the people of Israel were in all 48 cities with their pasture lands. These cities each had its pasture lands around it, so it was with all these cities. Thus the Lord gave to Israel all the land that he swore to give to their fathers, and they took possession of it, and they settled there. And the Lord gave them rest on every side, just as he had sworn to their fathers. Not one of all their enemies had withstood them, for the Lord had given all their enemies into their hands. Not one word of all the good promises that the Lord had made to the house of Israel had failed. All came to pass. Okay. The eastern tribes return home. At that time, Joshua summoned the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half-tribe of Manasseh and said to them, "You have kept all that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, and have obeyed my voice in all that I have commanded you. You have not forsaken your brothers these many days, down to this day, but have been careful to keep the charge of the Lord your God. And now the Lord your God has given rest to your brothers, as he promised them. Therefore turn and go to your tents in the land where your possession lies, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you on the other side of the Jordan. Only be very careful to observe the commandment and the law that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, to love the Lord your God, and to walk in all his ways, and to keep his commandments, and to cling to him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul." So Joshua blessed them and sent them away, and they went to their tents. Now to the 1/2 of the tribe of Manasseh, Moses had given a possession in Bashan, but to the other half Joshua had given a possession beside their brothers in the land west of the Jordan. And when Joshua sent them away to their homes and blessed them, he said to them, "Go back to your tents with much wealth and with very much livestock, with silver, gold, bronze, and iron, and with much clothing. Divide the spoil of your enemies with your brothers." So the people of Reuben, and the people of Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh returned home, parting from the people of Israel at Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan, to go to the land of Gilead, to their own land, which they had possessed themselves by command of the Lord through Moses. And when they came to the region of the Jordan that is in the land of Canaan, the people of Reuben and the people of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh built there an altar by the Jordan, an altar of imposing size. And the people of Israel heard it and said, Behold, the people of Reuben and the people of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh have built the altar at the frontier of the land of Canaan, in the region about the Jordan, on the side that belongs to the people of Israel. And when the people of Israel heard of it, the whole assembly of the people of Israel gathered at Shiloh to make war against them. Then the people of Israel sent to the people of Reuben and the people of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh in the land of Gilead, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, and with him 10 chiefs, one from each of the tribal families of Israel, every one of them the head of a family among the clans of Israel. And they came to the people of Reuben and the people of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh in the land of Gilead, and said to them, Thus says the whole congregation of the Lord, What is this breach of faith that you have committed against the God of Israel in turning away this day from following the Lord by building yourselves an altar this day in rebellion against the Lord? Have we not had enough of the sin at Peor, from which even yet we have not cleansed ourselves, and for which there came a plague among the congregation of the Lord, that you too must turn away this day from following the Lord? And if you too rebel against the Lord today, then tomorrow he will be angry with the whole congregation of Israel. Hey, Zons, how you doing, man? God bless you, brother. I'm glad you're here. You can call me Jeff, brother. We've known each other long enough, which means more than a day. But now in the land of your possession, if the land of your possession is unclean, pass over into the Lord's land where the Lord's tabernacle stands, and take for yourselves a possession among us. Only do not rebel against the Lord or make us as rebels by building for yourselves an altar other than the altar of the Lord our God. Did not Ashan, the son of Zerah, break faith in the matter of the devoted things, and wrath fell upon all the congregation of Israel? And he did not perish alone for his iniquity. Then the people of Reuben, the people of Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh said in answer to the heads of the families of Israel, The mighty one, God the Lord, the mighty one, God the Lord, he knows, and let Israel itself know. If it was in rebellion or in breach of faith against the Lord, do not spare us today for building an altar to turn away from following the Lord. Or if we did so to offer burnt offerings or grain offerings or peace offerings on it, may the Lord himself take vengeance. No, but we did it from fear that in the time to come your children might say to our children, What have you to do with the Lord, the God of Israel? For the Lord has made the Jordan a boundary between us and you, you people of Reuben and people of Gad. You have no portion in the Lord. So your children might make our children cease to worship the Lord. Therefore we said, Let us now build an altar, not for burnt offering, nor for sacrifice, but to be a witness between us and you, and between our generations after us, that we do perform the service of the Lord in his presence with our burnt offerings and sacrifices, and peace offerings. So your children will not say to our children in time to come, You have no portion in the Lord. And we thought, if this should be said of us, or to our descendants in time to come, we should say, Behold, the copy of the altar of the Lord, which our fathers made, not for burnt offerings nor for sacrifice, but to be a witness between us and you. Far be it from us that we should rebel against the Lord and turn away this day from following the Lord by building an altar for burnt offering, grain offering, or sacrifice, other than the altar of the Lord our God that stands before his tabernacle. This is tense times. Sorry, I gotta get some water. Shalom, Teo. Good to see you. God bless you. I'm glad you're here. When Phinehas the priest and the chiefs of the congregation, the heads of the families of Israel who were with him, heard the words that the people of Reuben and the people of Gad and the people of Manasseh spoke, it was good in their eyes. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, said to the people of Reuben and the people of Gad and the people of Manasseh, "Today we know the Lord is in our midst, because you have not committed this breach of faith against the Lord. Now you have delivered the people of Israel from the hand of the Lord." Then Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, and the chiefs returned from the people of Reuben and the people of Gad in the land of Gilead to the land of Canaan, to the people of Israel, and brought back word to them, and the report was good in the eyes of the people of Israel. And the people of Israel blessed God and spoke no more of making war against them to destroy the land where the people of Reuben and the people of Gad were settled. The people of Reuben and the people of Gad called the altar Witness, for, they said, "It is a witness between us that the Lord is God." A long time afterward, when the Lord had given rest to Israel from all their surrounding enemies. Absolutely, Zon. Hit me up on Discord, man. I agree 1,000%. Given rest to Israel from all their surrounding enemies, and Joshua was old and well advanced in years. Joshua summoned all Israel, its elders and its heads, its judges and officers, and said to them, "I am now old and well advanced in years, and you have seen all that the Lord your God has done to all these nations for your sake. For it is the Lord your God who has fought for you. Behold, I have allotted to you as an inheritance for your tribes those nations that remain, along with all the nations that I have already cut off, from the Jordan to the great sea in the west. The Lord your God will push them back before you and drive them out of your sight, and you shall possess their land, just as the Lord your God promised you. Therefore, be very strong to keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, turning aside from it neither to the right hand nor to the left, that you may not mix with these nations remaining among you, or make mention of the names of their gods, or swear by them, or serve them, or bow down to them. But you shall cling to the Lord your God, just as you have done to this day. For the Lord has driven out before you great and strong nations, and as for you, no man has been able to stand before you to this day. One man of you puts to flight 1,000, since it is the Lord your God who fights for you, just as he promised you. Be very careful, therefore, to love the Lord your God. For if you turn back and cling to the remnant of these nations remaining among you, and make marriages with them, so that you associate with them, and they with you, know for certain that the Lord your God will no longer drive out these nations before you, but they shall be a snare and a trap for you, a whip on your sides and thorns in your eyes, until you perish off this good ground that the Lord your God has given you. And now I am about to go the way of all the earth, and you know in your hearts and souls, all of you, that not one word has failed of all these good things that the Lord your God promised concerning you. All have come to pass for you, not one of them has failed. But just as all good things that the Lord your God promised concerning you have been fulfilled for you, the Lord will bring upon you all the evil things, until he has destroyed you from off this good land that the Lord your God has given you. If you transgress the covenant of the Lord your God, which he commanded you, and go and serve other gods and bow down to them, then the anger of the Lord will be kindled against you, and you shall perish quickly from off the good land that he has given to you. Warned so many times, disobeyed so many times. It's crazy. Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem and summoned the elders, the heads, the judges, and the officers of Israel. And they presented themselves before God. And Joshua said to all the people, Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, long ago your fathers lived beyond the Euphrates, Terah, the father of Abraham and of Nahor, and they served other gods. Then I took your father Abraham from beyond the river, and led him through all the land of Canaan, and made his offspring many. I gave him Isaac, and to Isaac I gave Jacob and Esau. And I gave Esau the hill country of Seir to possess, but Jacob and his children went down to Egypt. And I sent Moses and Aaron, and I plagued Egypt with all that I did in the midst of it, and afterward I brought you out. Just imagine King Solomon had 1,000 wives and concubines that turned him away from Yahweh. What line of work I am? I am what you would call semi-retired. I spent my life as a blue-collar worker. 30 years installing, sanding, and finishing custom hardwood flooring. I was a carpenter. Yeah, not so much when you get old. Thanks, man. Then I brought your fathers out of Egypt, and you came to the sea, and the Egyptians pursued your father with chariots and horsemen to the Red Sea, carpenter like the Lord, that's right. When they cried to the Lord, he put darkness between you and the Egyptians, and made the sea come upon them and cover them, and your eyes saw what I did in Egypt. Salute, Grizz. And you lived in the wilderness a long time. Then I brought you to the land of the Amorites, who lived on the other side of the Jordan. Good morning, Sheila. Good to see you. God bless you. I'm glad you're here. You used to build houses. There is a lot to be said for working with your hands, for creating with your hands. They fought with you, and I gave them into your hand, and you took possession of their land, and I destroyed them before you. Then Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose and fought against Israel. And he sent and invited Balaam, the son of Beor, to curse you. But I would not listen to Balaam. Indeed, he blessed you, so I delivered you out of his hand. And you went over the Jordan and came to Jericho. And the leaders of Jericho fought against you, and also the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. And I gave them into your hand. And I sent the hornet before you, which drove them out before you, the 2 kings of the Amorites. It was not by your sword or by your bow. I gave you a land on which you had not labored, and cities that you had not built, and you dwell in them. You eat the fruit of vineyards and olive orchards that you did not plant. Now therefore fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in faithfulness. Put away the gods that your fathers served beyond the river and in Egypt, and serve the Lord. And if it is evil in your eyes to serve the Lord, choose this day whom you will serve, whether the gods of your fathers served in the region beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Then the people answered, Far be it from us that we should forsake the Lord to serve other gods. For it is the Lord our God who brought us and our fathers up from the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery, and who did those great signs in our sight, and preserved us in all the way that we went, and among the peoples through whom we passed. And the Lord drove out before us all the peoples, the Amorites who lived in the land. Therefore we will also serve the Lord, for he is our God. Amen. But Joshua said to the people, You are not able to serve the Lord, for he is a holy God. He is a jealous God. He will not forgive your transgressions or your sins. If you forsake the Lord and serve foreign gods, then he will turn and do you harm and consume you after having done you good. And the people said to Joshua, No, but we will serve the Lord. Then Joshua said to the people, You are witnesses against yourselves that you have chosen the Lord to serve him. And they said, We are witnesses. He said, "Then put away the foreign gods that are among you, and incline your heart to the Lord, the God of Israel." And the people said to Joshua, "The Lord our God we will serve, and his voice we will obey." So Joshua made a covenant with the people that day, and put in place statutes and rules for them at Shechem. And Joshua wrote these words in the book of the law of God. And he took a large stone and set it up there underneath the terebinth that was by the sanctuary of the Lord. And Joshua said to all the people, "Behold, this stone shall be a witness against us, for it has heard all the words that the Lord he spoke to us, of the Lord that he spoke to us. Therefore it shall be a witness against you, lest you deal falsely with your God." So Joshua sent the people away, every man to his inheritance. After these things, Joshua, the son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died, being 110 years old. And they buried him in his own inheritance at Timnath-serah, which is in the hill country of Ephraim, north of the mountain of Gash. Israel served the Lord all the days of Joshua, and all the days of the elders who outlived Joshua and had known all the work that the Lord did for Israel. As for the bones of Joseph, which the people of Israel brought up from Egypt, they buried them at Shechem, in the piece of land that Jacob bought from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 pieces of money. It became an inheritance of the descendants of Joseph. And Eleazar, the son of Aaron, died, and they buried him at Gibeah, the town of Phinehas, his son, which had been given him in the hill country of Ephraim. And so we end Joshua. Judges is next. I'm going to start tomorrow morning. How many books are in Judges? 21 books. I don't know if I'll be able to do that in one reading or not, but we're going to give it a shot. So I appreciate all of you for hanging out with me today. It is a good thing to read the gospel. It's even better to share it with other people, to know that I'm not just reading to myself. So I am going to wrap it up for the day. God bless you all. You guys know I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope I see you next time.
I've been walking through the noise, chasing every echoed voice, every answer fading like the dawn. I was reaching for the sky with 1,000 reasons why, but my heart was still so far from home. Every road I tried to pave only led me to the same old place, where my questions fill the air like rain. So I fell down to my knees, whispered through the quiet breeze, "Are you there? Will you explain? If you're the Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end, then you see the doubts inside me and the places I won't bend. So I'm coming to you, God, with my questions, not afraid of what the answers might be. Open up my heart like the heavens, let your word come alive in me. I don't want religion without reason. I don't want a truth I can't see. If you're the way, the truth, the life, then teach me how to listen. Teach me how to believe.
Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God.
Speak and I follow. Lead me